Alright, hello everyone. Imagine here. Today we are playing another Spicaze game which has relation to post memory. So if you haven't played that game or watched any playthrough of it, I do have a playthrough of it, even with no commentary if you're interested. So if it ever gets an update, of course I'll still follow it up. I think it's already been like 2 years. I hope they would actually make a continuation now because considering like it. So this is considered more of like alternate universe anyway. So Jane Doe is a very short visual novel, made in RPG Maker, about having a conversation with an artist named Michelle Liu, which is again a character from Post Memory. If you remember, and I might see some of it as well, probably, hopefully as well. Without further ado, let's start reading. Okay, is there music? There is music. This is not some place you can just walk into. It's Michelle. I still do remember what like the very short synopsis about it. Like the post summary. It also has like some dice into it, so like you're getting endings is like very luck based. That's all I can remember. But if I were to summarize it within like extremely few words, it is like a contemporary kind of like a little bit futuristic afterlife that has like a town that is just like based onto like kind of contemporary times or something a little bit. I'm not sure. Where you deliver a letter or something, deliver them to like but like it's like from the title, it's post memory. It's been a while, but I still remember Yuri dies and her shot and their shotgun. So, all right, let's read this again. Mitchell, there's not some place you can just walk into. Actually, I can't help but wonder how you even get my address in the first place. Interesting. I don't recall ever listing it anywhere. Ah, I know a guy who knows a guy. You're not hiding as well as you think. That is certainly a dialogue. I know a guy who knows a guy. Yeah, that I will. This is not my code of the year at this point. We should look into better security. As for my requests, I'm sure you can make some exceptions. Okay. You wave a check. You wave a check in front of her face. Don't you think the market is far too competitive to stick with the rules? I don't know. I mean, in reality, lately, all all higher ups can do is just like steal more and more. The woman sighs and reluctantly takes the check from you. So, what are you here for? I'm sure you already have an idea. It's been a while since I checked as well. Like, yeah, there's like rooms as well that you can check after you buy like the weird ass key, I think, which allows you to open like the locked doors, like the rooms beyond. I'm sure you already have an idea. The grapevine says this is grapevine says this is the place for getting a new lease of life. That's an awfully cheesy way of putting it. You're an artist. Don't your kind have a flair for dramatic things? When it comes to actual art, maybe. I only do this work to get the bills paid. With how much people are paying you. I'd say your work is a masterpiece in its own regard. Heard you got quite a quay. If you know I'm busy, let's not waste our time with small talk. Let me ask again. What kind of document do you need? Yep. I guess they are, yeah, they are a forger. I finally remember, I think, a bit. They are a bit of forging of, like, documents. Does it matter? Can I save even here? That would be sad, though. God, I have to replay this again. Let's go with all of them first. Birth certificate. What name should it be under? Okay, so this is Eurydice. This is pretty good already. It is about Eurydice. What name should it be under? Eurydice Knight. Are you messing with me? No? What makes you think that? Who the hell makes a fake ID with their real name? Oh, you know me. You should have said that earlier. Could have seen us a lot of time. Not voluntarily. Not voluntarily. With all those tacky lawyer billboards, it's hard not to. Tacky or not, it's doing its job. Oh my god. This is... Oh no. Okay, thank god I can just use WASD. Or like, you know. Man, this is just Ace Attorney. As soon as I saw this, I was like, whoa. Examine. I should take another look around. No. God. Thank god I could just WASD and it, like, left and right, because, my god. A photo easily stuck on the wall. A lover. A model. That's reference. So this is your type. Did you listen to anything that I just said? Okay, why would you spend hours drawing someone you find ugly? Or nuts. Okay, that's a different eye now. Let's just say, I'm glad you're not an artist, Miss Knight. You only defend people that you find attractive. Huh? How does that colorate? Apples and oranges kind of conversation. Let's do this. A mess of dried up brushes and paint. Okay. They don't look like they've been taken care of. They don't look like they've been taken care of that well. Wish art supplies aren't so damn expensive. I mean, thankfully I could still like buy another pen tab that is like screenless, you know, or just like normally like just a board. Unfortunately, like, you know, I don't like any screens. I'm sorry. Is that where all your money went? Jeez. Doesn't seem like a good investment. She's glaring at you. Yeah. Sorry, you're nice. I have to agree on that. I have to agree on her. I have to agree on her. The glare is just deserved. Some artwork is being worked on. You can make out what it's supposed to be. Abstract. Abstract. No. You're just a bad guesser. So... Anyway, let's check our last one. Did you paint that? No, a friend did. Most of my paintings are in my studio. Shane, I would have loved to see them. I don't want you to see them. Huh? Why not? Maybe it will move my heart, and I'll be your generous and wealthy patron. I don't like the idea of owing you a favor. Ouch. Had enough of snooping around. Look, if you're here to sniff out information, I'm afraid I can't help. Not even if I want to. Not if I add an extra zero to that check. If you're willing to pay that much, there's more of a reason to keep my mouth shut. Really? I'm not doing anything scary. My precious witness just went, well, poof. Like some kind of magic trick. Court dates in a week and nobody knows where they went. Tracing their movements, you're most likely the last person they met. I don't even know who the hell you're talking about. I don't ask questions. In this line of work, the less I know about my clients, the better. If I start blabbing, a lot of people will be happy. Are you going to take responsibility if anything happens to me, Miss Lawyer? Only the capacity of the law. Pretty much useless then. You know what kind of people needs my services. Well, if you're that determined guest, I'll find my lead elsewhere. Enjoy the rest of your day. Wait. What name should I put in your ID? Just keep the check. That's a lot of money for a struggling artist, but I spend more than that on a night out. Besides, I would say my visit is completely fruitless. Your role has kindly confirmed some of my suspicions. Pretty sure my witness is out of the country by now. But there are ways to find them. I don't want to risk the check bouncing. Besides, you play dangerous games, Miss Knight. Who knows? Maybe you'll find a new identity handy something. If you insist. Oh, and that smile. Put down Aspen, Colorado. Can't you think of a better fake name? What? You have a problem with with the beautiful landscape of Aspen, Colorado? Remember, I offer no refunds. Won't need it. As a lawyer, I'd rather face my problems head on. So maybe whatever you came up with though, it will make for a nice movie. Wow, that's it. Let me check the other options first, so I'll be right back. Alright, let's check this as well. I don't think it will matter any passport. Yep, you're next side. Okay, still same thing. It doesn't matter at this point. So let's check the other options. It's ready to leave. Why we talk? 7 nuts. Doesn't seem like she wants to talk much. Present. Here's my black card. Look at my American Express Centurion card. Centurion card? You mean the Yu-Gi-Oh card? Look at my American Express Centurion card. Do you know how much do you need to spend to qualify for one? I already know that lawyers are obnoxiously rich. No need to show it in my face. Here's my attorney badge. I'll show it to your face. Alright, let's show the phone. Is that a BlackBerry? Ooh, does it have a lot of keypads? Do you know people are still using phones that ancient? Hey, I like my physical keyboard. Besides, I only use this one for work. So one more newspaper. A high-profile murder case. Is this a case that you're handling? Does anyone look familiar to you? I don't have a clue. I'm bad at remembering others' faces. Alright, so I think that's it. Let me just refresh the game and by pressing F5, I think. There we go. So that's it for Jane though. Very interesting game. Yeah, very interesting visual novel. And it has like a style of like Phoenix Wright as well. Like you can examine, move, and like probably in a future game they might be planning to do that. I'm interested if they will pull that off in Silverthorn though, because that would be an interesting way to put that. But I don't think so. It will still be like a top down of course RPG. But that'll be an interesting. That's like an interesting thing. Maybe one day I'll revisit the right trilogy anyways if I want to. Well, technically not revisit. For you, it would be like your first view of me and like tackling of like Ace Attorney. Still is a very interesting game. Again, this is considered as an alternate universe, so this is somehow different. Like yeah, this one feels like a little bit more real life because as far as I remember about about post memory, it's a little bit like yeah, they're into like afterlife at this point or somehow. Which is like a very bit weird. That's all I can say about it. It is part of Spooktober, by the way, so that's one thing. So yeah, still it is a very interesting alternate universe of like most memory characters. Overall, I guess I get to know a bit better. It is more of like an appetizer. Still, it is a very interesting like game. I do like the Ace Attorney style of like options as well. And thankfully, I don't need to use up and down because if I need to, I'm just it's just This is impossible for me to play. Not really impossible. I still have a keyboard here, but like I have to connect it and I have to pause the recording. Overall, it's a very interesting game. I do wonder if they do have better ideas for that. By the way, they will be actually using that for another game in the future or something. I'm interested, curious to see how will it be. Also, funny enough, this is supposed to be a game for a global game jam. However, they didn't have enough time and like probably collab with someone else as well for another game. Unfortunately, that this didn't happen, and yeah, even then, I'm not sure what team of mask would be fit there. Yeah, but still, an interesting short game. Speaking of, I might check. So if the video is not done, then it will cut here. So and I decided to add another game instead. So at least, yeah. So this is related to Silver Thread games. So I'm not sure if this will be Redcon because as far as I remember, they will be remaking the first Silver Thread game anyway, and we'll be changing a lot. So there'll be, and it's understandable if we need to to rework the story of the first game because if there will be like inconsistencies now in the story, then that'll be understandable. Like anyway, so this is our second game for today. It's like the late night talk. It's part of the Silver Thread games, and this is and while most of the games are in like RPG Maker, this one is on Red P. So without further ado, let's start. See what it's about. Okay, it's 1 a.m. You can feel your eyelids getting heavier. Your eyelids getting heavier each passing second. Hope you brought snacks or something to pass time with. We have to stay here for the night. I know we don't usually stay this long at the client's house, but, well, she insisted. Passing time, huh? So this is probably the other guy. Assistant. God, I always forget it, sorry. Play your silly phone game, ask her about them. Okay, let's save here. Alright. Let's just go first with play your silly phone game. You opened your phone game. There's a new character out. You rolled and prayed. You didn't get him. The pain, man. The pain of gacha games. And you should let it go. Just let it go. Your phone battery is running low. Oh god. It's so loud. Hang on a bit. Your phone's battery is running low. Do both of you really need to spend the whole night here? This sucks. I thought you said the house is not haunted. This house is not haunted. It's not. I doubt anything's going to happen tonight, but I want to be thorough. How are you so convinced? The owner of the house is a 44-year-old woman. She lives alone after her husband passed away. Her complaints are just unexplained noises and things moving around. And since she lives alone, nobody can corroborate her story. When we inspected the house, the piping and the structure of the house itself was already old and in bad shape. The noises and movements are most likely from that. How did the husband die? His death's nothing out of the ordinary. Heart disease. Pity, he wasn't even 40 when he died. He passed away after an unsuccessful surgery. And he died in the hospital. Not here. He was her only family. She was insistent that the odd happenings were signs being left by her deceased husband. Loneliness is clouding her judgment. Interesting. Why did you take the case then? Well, we're short on rent this month. That's 6 or 5 to 6 months. What? Don't look at me like that. We still have to pay the bills. Okay. And even if it's more often than not a false positive, I still take cases like this. Odd things can still happen. Anyway, just chill for the night. Go to sleep or find something to pass time with. Okay, we can investigate. At least we can save here now. Alright. How do we load? The how do I load? Okay, by just clicking that, so we can load these. Okay. So let's just ask her about her book. It's the Bible. Is it interesting? Are you kidding? If it's not for work, I would have never touched it. Do both of you really need to spend the whole night here? Okay, same thing now. This sucks. I thought you said this house now. Okay, same thing now. So now we can load. Very careful. All right. Let's investigate now a little bit outside. It's 1 in the morning. The city's quieting down. You wish you're in your bed, tucked in a warm blanket instead of you. Oh, how you miss it so. Triple dots. Something's watching you from the outside. Screen. We put sensors and cameras all over the house. The screen helps us monitor everything. Did something just move in the bathroom? Maybe it was just your imagination. It's Earl Grey latte. Alicia doesn't actually like to drink coffee. Okay, so it's coffee then. You're surprised it's enough for her. And again, she never seems to need much sleep. Okay. So drink. Rosary. A rosary. Alicia always brings it with her. She's not even religious. I guess it's just for show. Board. Shopping list. Brochures. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. I sometimes forget the pronunciation a bit. Sorry about that. Posters from monument. They're all outdated. These papers are from 10 years ago. A shrine dedicated to a better time. Poor woman. She still haven't moved on. Poor woman. She still haven't moved on. There you go. Finish examining. Then check the wall. Something is dripping from the ceiling. It's dark. You can't tell what it is. I think that's it. Yeah. You look around the room. Are you sure this house is not haunted? Let's see here. Let's try go. Yes, no ghost here. Just go to sleep. I'll stay watch right here. Good night then. Night. You lay down on the sofa. When morning came, you couldn't see anything out of the ordinary. Man, you don't feel like packing all this equipment up. Maybe you'll sleep for a while longer. Alright. Let's choose the other option. No, something is off. Okay. More choices. Alright. Time to save here then. Just to save some time. Don't you see the blood on the ceiling? What the hell are you talking about? You're seeing things. I don't see shite. Are you? Maybe the light's getting to you. Or maybe you're just insensitive to ghosts. I've been thinking about it. Like how some people can naturally do math and some can't. And how some people have a better sense of smell. Maybe some people are meant to see ghosts and some just aren't. Triple nuts. I don't know if that's how it works. I just come to these cases with the expectation of being disappointed. If you already think that the paranormal are involved, it alters your perception when confronted with the ambiguous. The human brain, it hates not knowing things. It always tries to find patterns, And when something is off, and they couldn't find an explanation, the brain thinks it's better to be safe than sorry, and generate fear. That's how most ghost stories come about. And I checked the recordings. There's nothing on it. I wonder if we're ever going to find something tangible. You're still on that? No, of course I am. I told you before. I only become an exorcist to find real evidence of ghosts. But the more cases we take, the more I feel like we're on a wild goose chase. I wonder if I'm just wasting time. Maybe one day. It's not like we're in a rush, right? I guess not. Just go to sleep. Same thing. I'll stay watch right here. Like that. Alright, let's check another choice. Don't you see someone watching through the window? Someone watching us through the window. What the hell are you talking about? You're seeing things. I don't see shit. Okay, same thing. How are you? Okay. Don't you see the shadow moving in the bathroom? So that's it for late night talk. It's an interesting site. One 1.5 episode as well, like Supertrend, I guess. So this before any of like Dukes and like Roy. So yeah, very interesting a little bit. So basically, we do learn a little bit more of like but again, probably it's something you also just this is like a bonus thing to play, and it will not affect when you play like the main games. But I guess it's like an as well like the other one. It's an appetizer, but it does have some relevance at least. So I like at least like it's not. Maybe you're just insensitive to go something. It's probably like basically that's still like basically how Alicia Wilkershire anyway in the whole games anyway. Like they wanted to like to still check out the case anyway regardless and just expected to just get disappointed at all because like oh yeah those are not real haha. Still like basically that's how it goes still. But actually like Alicia Wilkershire if you watch like the third game do have into like they're onto like another case at all, which is like which I will just recommend to check like my whole playthroughs of both of the games. So anyway, that's it for like late night talk. Silver Thread late night talk again. I will now announce again for both of these games. Both of them are appetizers. Both of them are really just like appetizers at least, and it does add at least. But for most of the time, even if like it's not like I would say this game like this side Side visual novels are unnecessary are necessarily needed. It's something most of them like something at least to fulfill to like for those who wanted to like know more of the characters. A lot of the time like you will know more already when you play like the main games alone. And I now unsure if this will also get like blank or like rewritten as well. Because as far as I remember, they will be remaking the first game. So yeah. So it's an interesting visual novel. So yeah, that's it for I guess this will be now two Spicaze games then on February 2026. Overall, like yeah. I think I'm more into like Django, really. Because at least there was something more going on a little bit further. Though I guess they also are into like same kind of tangent. So yeah, it's hard to pick which one. I hope there'll be like an update of post memory for this year, but yeah. For the meantime, that's all we gather about this. Again, it's also interesting at least like talking more of their philosophies and things and ideologies. Anyway, I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you into another game. This time for real. Bye bye for real this time, and may stars guide you for real this time.